Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September into early October 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Capricorn collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's see what's going on, my guides. Talk to me about the Capricorns here as we move on into October pretty shortly at the time of this reading. But yes, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, and we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Capricorn. My guides and spirit team, please, nice and quick here. Let's see what happens. And every time I ask for a card quick, it takes a couple extra shuffles. It's like they're joking with me. Okay, so we do have this dreamy, thought-based type of energy. Your mind might be going a little more than normal. This card can also point to sleep. Whenever I see this, it shows up for water signs quite a bit. So you might have some sort of connection to a water sign being highlighted here. But before we fully dive into that and break it down, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. Interesting, very dreamy. You see this lady here, she's sitting down. Looks like she's either writing in a book, thinking, daydreaming, very Four of Cups-esque when we see it. So I always say this could be thinking quite a bit. You might be daydreaming more than you normally do. There is something about the imagination that's inherently strong within this energy and card. Now, for some of you, might be having some very interesting dreams in this time. Maybe Spirit's trying to send you messages or talk to you via dream. Might want to have a little dream journal to jot down important facts. Some of you might just need some more rest and sleep when I see such a dreamy, sleepy type of card. So make sure you're resting mentally, emotionally, physically, and just recharging the batteries when we have a card like this, because you might be a little extra busy and you need that rest and recuperation. But another thing we could always say with this card is having some sort of expression for this powerful mental energy and etheric energy. So whether it's through creative means, physical activity, something to just let it out and not let it build up, because then it becomes stress. But we're just going to put it over there. Let's get into tarot now. I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. I'm going to get you 3 of these in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time for the Capricorns. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, because it was quite interesting indeed. And it seemed to focus a lot on people that might be around you, not quite just yourself. It was titled, They Have Problems. And the main takeaway I was picking up from last week's reading was that someone you're very close to might be dealing with something that is concerning, big problems and issues, or they just have problems within themselves that they need to work out. But we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. So let's get it going here. Let's get these 3 cards out for my Cappies, my guides and spirit team. Okay, I got it. And for those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. That's why I do these little shuffles until they pop. Yeah, here's this energy I was talking about with possibly needing rest. We have the 10 of Wands. Okay, you might be a very busy bee. This is a heavy type of energy, and we'll talk about it. Let's get you a couple more. It's tired. It's tired. Okay, 3 of Wands, lots of fire showing up here now. So we have the element of fire in a very heavy placement. Let's get you one more, then we'll really start piecing this all together. Okay, fire could be very good for motivation. It could be very good for determination, but at the same time, be a little uncontrollable. I always say that when we have fire. Okay, we have the star on the back end, so there is like some aspect of hope. This could be wish fulfillment energy as well. So Capricorn, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. Lots of interesting elements and things happening. But if you kindly look in the box, first look, first glance, I already mentioned that we have 2 fire cards showing up here of the Wands variety, and that does generally speak about what we put our energy towards, what we're working towards. It's an outer world expression. Now, once again, very motivated, fiery, action-oriented. You could be a very busy bee when there's a lot of fire showing up. But at the same time, it could spin a little bit out of hand, especially when we look on the back end, we have air. star that links to Aquarius. So we have the fire-air combination, which, as I always say, could be a little volatile, a little explosive, but it could also be harnessed. Let's go through one by one and really start to build this picture out. In position number one, we have the Ten of Wands. This card gets a bit of a bad reputation, but I don't necessarily see this as only a challenge. Now, yes, there are some warnings attached to this card. Let's talk about the positives first. The positives of this Ten of Wands is it's somebody, they have a lot of weight on their shoulders, they have a lot of responsibility, but regardless of how heavy the burden, they're going to keep pushing, they're going to keep going. You're not going to stop this person. They're going to go until they reach their destination. And we kind of have it here on the back end, the way the energy swoops through. But what are some of the takeaways we could think of with the Ten of Wands? And I always say all cards are on a spectrum. It could be very minor. It could be something major. In the coming days and weeks, you might be experiencing a little zapped feeling of energy, like feeling like your energy levels are a little low, might be a little tired, okay? Whether it's from you being busy, this could even be emotional heaviness, mental heaviness, any variety. So we've been getting that ever since this very first Oracle card, that you might need a little recuperation time to recharge the batteries with this card. Now, the Ten of Wands can absolutely represent someone else you're linked to, that they're feeling something heavy, going through something difficult, a problem or a situation, and it's a burden on them. This is a very heavy, burdensome type of energy. And it's also about the physical vessel. So this first card is very, very deep. There's a lot of energies that we want to clarify when we get into that. Now, moving to the center, we have the Three of Wands. Totally different than what we have here with the 10. This is a card that's in a waiting pattern, a holding pattern. Let's wait and see, let's watch and see. It's one of my big cards of manifestation. So that's what I'm kind of liking about this. Although we have this determination, this little possible warning, as we move forward, there's manifestation and wish fulfillment energy as well. So you might have your eyes on the prize in some regard, like long-term goals. But the Three of Wands is right up there with the Magician in regards to manifesting, in regards to creating. There might be something that is just within grasp or something that's coming in soon, because you usually see like a ship right out on the horizon here. So it's like either you're manifesting and creating something and just waiting on it to arrive, or something is about to come rolling in, something or someone is moving towards you energetically at the very least. So I like this Three of Wands. In its rougher sense, this could represent somebody that never takes action. This is somebody who's not really planning on making a move or doing an action. So the clarifier for this is extra, extra important. Could have a little stubbornness there as well. But as we get to the back end, we have the Star card, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. Now, this one is linked to the Aquarius collective. Maybe you're on the cusp of Aquarius, but this to me is a card of hope. Yes, wish fulfillment, when you wish upon a star and all that beautiful stuff, we like this. But if you're not linked to an Aquarius, this does speak about long-term goals, a light at the end of the tunnel, having hope. So matters that include like your outlook, whether it's positive, negative, or in between, could really be called into question with the star. It's angelic in its own right. It's angelic in its own sense. So there is some protective energy lingering here with the star, but there's a lot more detail, whether this is like a win, a victory, a payoff. We'll just have to see as we move through the reading. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Capricorn. Let's jump on in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. See what we got for you, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ten of Wands. Why is that Ten of Wands here? And yes, if you're a reader, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you have any messages you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind. Okay, let's go. Ten of Wands. Is this maybe a warning? Possibly. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Either you need to stop something or take a break, take a rest. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Something needs to slow down, or you might be reaching some sort of make or break point. Now, obviously, not every single Capricorn. I feel like those are the main two messages. One, you either need to stop something soon, like it's very heavy, it's a lot to deal with, or you need to take a rest or a break of some kind. That's not a bad thing. When we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, this is a card that says hold your horses, slow it down. Okay, so like I've been saying, if you've been extra busy, I know it's easier said than done. Life can be hectic sometimes. Even emotionally, you might need to lay something down or stop. Okay, and that's not always easy, but this fiery energy is still showing up here as well. There could be someone that you haven't heard from in a while. There could be someone that you're not talking to as well, especially with all this communication. There could be block-ups, and it could be weighing heavy on another person. So we're going to see how it plays as we move throughout the whole entire reading. But this is like clear-cut advice from spirit, like take care of yourself, don't overdo it. You need to rest, or you need to stop something. And some of you might just be in that mode, right? Like, okay, this is too much. Like, this is too much, they're too much, whatever it is you're going through is a little overwhelming or too heavy. And there's nothing wrong with seeing that or admitting that. Okay, so we're going to keep pressing forward. I'm not going to stay here too long. There are the undertones of communication, so I want to see if it plays as we move throughout the reading. So let's go in on that Three of Wands. Tons of fire as well, so I want to see how that expresses itself. But there could be something you need a break from or need to stop. Okay, I don't want to quite say an ending or anything like that, because to me it feels more like recovery or a break. So let's see what's up with that Three of Wands. Please take care of your health as well. I know I'm giving like 5 different messages here in the front, but just giving you what I'm feeling. Let's see why that Three of Wands is in the mix. Thank you. High Priestess in reverse, huh? Okay, yeah, you might have a feeling like something's in the air or something's coming when I see this. Now, that is water sign energy when we have the High Priestess. In reverse, to me, this is a card of either one, something becoming known to you, or just waiting. And I did feel that energy of somebody in a waiting pattern, whether you're skeptical of someone or something, or you're in a wait and see, like, okay, I'm going to see how this plays out real quick. I'm going to watch and wait and see, and we'll go from there type of energy. You might be connected to a water sign. It's another time that we're seeing a water sign energy show up with this High Priestess. Linked to Pisces, but in my personal style, I link it to all of them. She is a card of mystery. She's a card of intuition. When I see it in reverse, it could also represent surprises of various different kinds. It could represent unexpected things and situations. So some of you might be dealing with a surprising or an unexpected situation that you're not really reacting to, or you're really watching your reaction here. I'm going to keep moving forward. Once again, I don't want to get hung up here, but it's a very much wait and see type of energy. Like, I'm not going to get caught off guard. I'm going to wait and see how this plays out. So let's see why that star is here. Interesting stuff, my friends. So why is the star here? And even though we have some water, that does cool off some of this fire energy, which could be a good thing, but it really depends on what we get here on the back. So let's do this, then we'll do our recap. Guides and Spirit Team, why is the star here for my friends? Thank you. I like this. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright underneath the star. This is a beautiful alignment of something paying off for you. Now, this could be thirsting for some sort of independence, or you could just be a very independent type of individual when we have the Nine of Pentacles underneath the star. I really like it. Very firm, extremely abundant. This is the energy of blessings. I feel like regardless of what you're going through, whether there are surprising, unexpected situations pop up, you're going to be fine in the long run. But to me, this is something paying off in a huge way or a massive way. Whether it is your patience, whether it is how you pace things and use your determination, this could represent all sorts of different things that you're going through, whether it's life in a big picture or specific things with work or people you're connected. I see a nice, slow, steady progression to the back end payoff, and I love it. This earth sign energy could be a lone wolf sometimes, like somebody who's like, you know what, I don't need help, I'm going to do it on my own. But to me, there's just so much abundance and stability here. When I see it under a wish fulfillment card like the star, whatever trials and tribulations you may be experiencing are for the greater good and will pay off for you in the end, okay? Especially with this independence type of feeling, okay? Whether that's something you pride yourself on, being an independent type of person, like, no, I got this. I could see how that would link into what we have going on here. Like, so independent that you're going to get it done regardless. But let's go through and do a quick recap, Capricorn. Interesting stuff. So let's do the recap before the shadow card. In position number 1, and I will say overview, half of this is fire. We got earth, we got air, we got water. All the elements are showing up here. So this could be a big picture type of spread. But we have the 10 of Wands with the 8 of Wands in reverse. There might be something that you need a break from, or something that you need to stop. You could even be considering it, like, all right, this is too heavy, this is too much. I need to calm it down. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul when we have this. Specifically physically, your physical health, very important when we have this alignment. Okay? Maybe there is someone that you're not speaking to for whatever reason or haven't heard from, and it could be bothering you, or vice versa. But moving to the center, we have this wait and see type of energy. We have the Three of Wands with the High Priestess in reverse. Yes, there's this manifesting type of energy, but I was getting that little bit of like, all right, let's see how this goes, then we'll make a decision. Or I want to see how this plays out type of energy. So you might be in that mode, like wait and see. Another vibe I was getting, especially with her in reverse, is unexpected situations or surprising situations popping up. But either way, I feel like you would be handling it well, how this all plays out. On the back end, we have the Star with the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. Beautiful, independent, stable, abundant energy of blessings. I feel in the long run, with whatever it is that's taking up a lot of your mental space right now or your energy, could really pay off in the end. Make sure you're properly pacing yourself with things. I see a nice, slow, steady progression to the end where we have this wish fulfillment, big payoff type of energy, which is really, really nice. So please take a screenshot. Let's get you a shadow card real quick. Okay. Yeah, this could be looked into further, this spread. There's a lot of powerful energy here this week. Let's see what we have in the shadows for you, Capricorn. Let's talk to me. I always like to pull this at the very end. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do, whether it's within yourself or something you don't quite see. So let's get you a shadow card. And if you've gotten to this point in the reading, I just want to let you know you could check out channel memberships down, linked in the comments. Okay, my friends? I'm going to be doing a special reading for the members for this first month. So you might be interested in that. Might do a personal spread for everyone, but let's get it out here. What do we got for Capricorn in shadows? All right, that card tumbled out of my hand in a very interesting way. Page of Pentacles, okay? That is a card that could represent you, represent the self. There could be something linked to your childhood rearing its head in this time, especially because you're an earth sign. The Page of Pentacles does link in heavily with Capricorn. But this is a good card, and I'm not going to just put a rough situation or a rough message on it, even though it's a shadow card. With pages, either it's new things coming in or communication. And we did have little subnotes of possible miscues and miscommunications. So when we get the page in the shadows, obviously someone could hit you up out of nowhere as a shadow card. But the Page of Pentacles is all about embracing new things, new journeys. So I feel like Spirit really wants to say that to a lot of the Capricorn collective. You might be comfortable in certain situations, you might be comfortable in day-to-day, but embracing this Page of Pentacles, always be willing to learn and move in new directions is a very important thing. Once again, communication is here, but yes, my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice, so if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.